we would like to welcome to the Capital Studios the man who was born humble beginnings, later joins Terehe Boys Center School for his O and A levels. He's a holder of a master's in law degree from the University of Nairobi. So for those of you who have just graduated, a good example right here. And he also did an executive program at the International Institute for Management Development in Switzerland. He's also done numerous banking and insurance courses. So he is able to take good care of our money. Mheshimiwa Peter Kenneth, welcome to the Capital Studios.
Thank you. Just call me PK.
Okay, PK.
Wacha madoido ya mheshimiwa.
So I can also say tuna West make.
Tuna West make. Na tuta West make.
Na tuta West make.
Yes.
Well, karibu sana. Possibly to congratulate you on your bid for the presidency. This must be exciting for you.
It's both exciting and taxing. But we are geared towards the 4th of March. All the way to the wire.
Kwadebe, not Kwadebe.
Kwadebe, yes.
All right, your party manifesto is quite interesting. You're dealing with some of the crucial issues that Kenyans have been worried about for a long time, and especially when it comes to agriculture and food security. Coming from Ukambani myself, this is an area of great interest for me. We've always reached a point in Ukambani, or just as we get to politics, where you find certain areas are going hungry. There's all this, you know, food per vote situation. How do you intend to take care of this? It's become a big issue in Kenya as we speak.
And it will get worse.
Oh dear, that's not good news.
Because we are 41 million Kenyans. We are growing at the rate of 1.2 million. In 10 years, we'll be 53 million. So if we do nothing about it, if we are hungry at 41, you can imagine what will happen when we are 53. So that is serious. Food security is serious. Now, what makes it even more serious is if you have many young people who are jobless and are hungry.
Which is the situation right now.
It will get worse. Right now, the official unemployment rate is 40%. Now, unemployment rate unofficially could be over 50 in our country, 50%. But also look at the statistics. 52% of our population is below 18. So they are going to hit the job market in
Very
another
soon.
3-4 years. And you don't have employment opportunities. These two, when you put them together, makes you feel if we do nothing about it, we'll have serious crisis. And I've often said the poor will eat the rich.
That will be the day.
Yes.
Well, we hope you manage to survive that.
So for me, that's why I said we must do 5 things that will count in the next 5 years.
All right.
And I said, you need security.
Yes.
Because you'll never have tourists, you'll never have investors investing in a country that is insecure. It's embarrassing enough to have somebody masquerading as an assistant commissioner of police.
Yes, in fact, on that note, I can save you the trouble. I have the clip loud and clear.
Kwanza tuimarishe usalama ili Mkenya wa kawaida awe na usalama. Mimi nimeshtuka sana hati hapa Nakuru kumekuwa na askari ati ni PPO, anazunguka anaenda mpaka kule askari wamekufa, alafu tunasoma yeye ni bogus. Nikashtuka zaidi ati kijana ya form 2 anaenda kwa heshimiwa watatu na anawagonga ati yeye ni askari. Tunataka ukiona askari unajua that is authority.
So how do you feel about this? This shocked a lot of Kenyans. We didn't even imagine this was possible. You obviously have told us how you feel, but possibly in more detail, what does this mean for Kenya if something like this is able to happen?
It just tells you the rot in the police force. It just tells you the level of motivation is not there. And there are many reasons. They are poorly paid, they are poorly housed, and then of course they are poorly equipped. Now I keep giving an example of 1974. Kilimani police station had 20 police cars, 18 on duty to do 200 kilometers of patrol each day and each night, 2 on reserve in case any of them was out for service.
Okay.
Right? The population was about 10 million. Now the population is 41. Kilimani probably has 2 vehicles.
Yes.
One probably for the OCPD and the other one for patrol with 20 liters of gas.
Which we're hoping are used for what they're meant
for. And it can't work.
Yeah.
So we have to invest in security. We have to reform the force so that we can throw the bad eggs away have new eggs in, or the proper eggs in, and then invest. Enable them. I would like to see a situation like where we are now.
Yes.
I'd like to see a situation in outside New Stanley,
yes,
where I can see a minibus with 16 cops sleeping inside that minibus, waiting for action, you know.
Yes, for something to happen.
Yes, and an ambulance out there ready for action. This is what you see in progressive cities all over the world.
Okay,
it can be done.
So possibly just to put you slightly on the spot, not really on the spot.
Put me on the spot.
Okay, so as a presidential candidate,
yes,
let's just hypothetically, if you were president or you were in a position right now to sort out this issue, what are some of the steps that you would take to ensure that this rot or this situation never occurs again?
Says not if, when.
When?
I am your president.
Okay, when?
Yes.
Forgive me for that.
For me, first, the reforms to remove all the bad elements must be done efficiently and quickly. And two, we must invest in the police force. The reason why our armed forces did well in Somalia is because they get huge allocation.
Yes.
They have investments in artillery. They have investments in the soldiers.
Yes.
But when you look at the police force, there is no investments. Now, it's one thing to ask a cop in Kenya to come and save you when he has no vehicle. Right?
Yes.
It's another when he even doesn't have a mobile where he can call you, because there are no telephones working.
Yes.
So unless we invest, and I've said this, I'm ready to take a very abrupt, or maybe to say a very strategic decision and say, can we probably even introduce county police, get young people, leave the old force, have county police in every county of young people, IT SWAV, and then probably from them take the best and form a national police force. So that,
wow.
So that
that is such a brilliant idea.
Yes.
I can't believe that no one else thought about it. But I guess because you're the one who's thought about it, that's why you are going to be president.
Yes.
We hope.
Yes. Tutawesmik.
Tutawesmik.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to take a quick break right now and possibly just go into an ad break. As we come back, please jump onto the Twitter page. That is the Jam 984 or 0720 984 984 0734 984 984. The Honorable Peter Kenneth, or PK, is here. Now, Tunawesmik, well,
yes,
he's letting us know why this is not a dream, but an absolute possibility. And come March, when we go to the wire, as Mheshimiwa said, he shall be the man that you are going to vote for. Mheshimiwa, can't get used to PK.
You have to. You don't have much choice. That's my name.
All right, PK.
Yes.
I think it will grow on me in another couple of minutes. Possibly let's just address one of the more salient issues of the day that came up. As a member of parliament, possibly the lady on Twitter, this is Fiona Imbali, says, please ask PK if he's opposed to the 9.3 million send-off package that MPs agreed upon late last night. And possibly just to bring you into the picture, the MPs awarded themselves 9.3 million as their come out of Mbunge package. They would also like a state funeral, and they would like diplomatic passports and bodyguards. How do you feel about this?
You know, when it first came in September, I opposed it.
Okay.
And I congratulated the president when he declined to assent to it. It was passed yesterday. I was away. I wasn't there. I was campaigning in Transmara. And it is important to say I was campaigning those sides, because one of the Twitter says I only campaign in Nairobi, and I was in Transmara. On Sunday I was in Nandi, Saturday I was in Meru. But coming back to the salaries thing,
yes,
not only don't I support it, but it's also illegal.
How so?
It is illegal because once we pass the new constitution, you have a Salaries and Remuneration Commission.
Yes.
And anybody who takes that money will have to pay, because it is the Salaries and Remuneration Commission that should adjust the perks of every public officer.
So the members of parliament were out of order in doing this?
As far as I think and as far as I see it, it is illegal.
Okay.
And I see a situation where once the Salaries and Remuneration Commission takes charge, people will have to refund that money. I guess the concerned individuals who will take it, I guess that because we are going for campaigns, people don't give a damn, but it will catch up with them.
later on.
It will catch up with them. And any other extras that a public officer should get,
Yes.
including all those things you're talking about, state funerals and whatever.
Yes, and
which is a waste of taxpayers' money, as far as I'm concerned, is that, again, it can only be part of the benefits that the Salaries and Remuneration Commission gives in.
Apart from the package of 9.3 million go away or golden handshake, as we'd like to call it, is there anything about that bill that has been passed that you do agree with, like the diplomatic passports or possibly the security detail?
I think the issue of diplomatic passport has always been there but not made official.
Okay.
But when you retire, why would you want the security?
To walk around with bodyguards.
With who and where?
Let's take the tweet from Emmanuel Murishia. Emmanuel goes to ask, Honorable PK, how do you propose that we finance the devolved government, and who will act as the check and balance to the Senate?
Well, the devolved government, again, from the Constitution, derives 15% of the national revenue.
Yes.
And the central government remains with 85%. Now, the oversight role for Parliament and for Senate remain, and especially for Senate, remain the power of the sovereignty, the people.
Okay, could I just quickly ask you, what is the role of a senator? Because possibly we haven't understood what exactly a senator is supposed to be doing. What is the role of a senator?
You know, in my view, Senate was supposed to be the upper house.
Okay.
But the MP who crafted parts of the Constitution in Naivasha did not want per se to preside over their status degradation ceremony.
All right.
But it's supposed to, so they gave the Senate the role of establishing laws for counties.
All right.
And they said since the next level of governance is going to counties, the counties are actually dealt with by the Senate. So the Senate is in charge of counties.
Okay.
And then Parliament is in charge of legislation.
And the governor, probably just throw that in real quick, the governor?
The governor is the CEO of a county.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how are we, so who's going to be checking who, possibly, is the answer Emmanuel would like?
I think the most important thing on governance is, you know, last year, I think the year before, I went to give a talk to the Nigerian governors. 18 of them, half were facing court charges. Public finance management will be important at county levels. I don't think we've set that in place. My concerns are that we must not devolve corruption into county levels.
True. Because
we've talked about corruption in central government. So we must be careful we don't devolve corruption at county level.
All right, we're going to keep you here. PK, still getting used to PK.
Somebody tweeted and said that, you know, I'm always in town. I'm not. I'm in town when I'm doing my work here, but every weekend I'm out of town. Yesterday I was in a place called Murkan.
Where's Murkan?
Now, somebody tweeted and asked, is that in Kenya?
You know.
Yet somebody is saying I'm always in Nairobi. Yes. And on Saturday I was in Maua, and Sunday I was in Kapsabet. But something else that I must say here is that, yes, the media.
Yes.
The media has tried to set an agenda that there are only two political parties. And therefore we found ourselves being denied coverage.
Yes.
Or getting less airtime
than everyone else.
But my belief is we are talking the right things, we are communicating with the right people, and we hope that people will communicate to others, so that we can send our message. And it's not that we are not doing anything, but the media, especially the big media houses, have been biased, and I've said this to them as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's just hope they can be unbiased. By the way, you're welcome to Kambani. Would you like to visit Mutomo, which is my home? Have you done?
I was in Kitui and Mwingi, and yes, we are going to take the campaign to Kitui County.
Good.
We are going to take the campaign to Machakos and Makueni counties.
Yes.
In any case, we also know the apathy of Ukambani voters now, because they no longer have a presidential candidate. And
so they think.
And the two big shots in Ukambani, I am told, remind them of the old shots of Mulumutisi and Paul Gay.
Constantly.
Who fought all the time and delivered nothing to the people.
Well, I guess we'll wait and see how that goes. But you're most welcome to Ukambani. So next time,
I'll be in every part of the country.
Karibu sana.
Yes.
All right, the Honorable Peter Kenneth in studio with us on 98.4 Capital FM.